If and when a police station becomes a scene of crime. And what happens to the Speaker if that crime is murder? What is it that we are supposed to do? Mr. Speaker, I hear people saying that we want justice for Albert Omondi Ojwang. But how does justice look for a young man killed in the hands of police officers? What is it that must be done for that young man, the lifeless body of Albert Omondi Ojwang, to receive justice? What exactly is it that, Mr. Speaker, must happen? Mr. Speaker, of late, our country is doing extremely, extremely badly in terms of insecurity. Mr. Speaker, in April, I saw the majority leader confronting the Inspector General of Police over some killings in Narok, in Barkoi. A few weeks ago, Mr. Speaker, 3 people were killed by police in the same area in Narok, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, what is happening in our country in relation to security? What is it that needs to be fixed? That's a question that we should address ourselves to. Mr. Speaker, I'm here to say that, Mr. Speaker, this killing of this young man has capacity to throw this country into serious, serious anarchy if it is not handled properly. Remember, Mr. Speaker, what happened in Tunisia with Mohamed Bouaziz when he blew himself up outside Parliament? Just an act of one person brought about the Arab Spring in an entire region. Mr. Speaker, I call upon the President on this matter. He must speak and speak with courage and determination. Heads must roll. He must reset the security apparatus in this country, from the top to the bottom, Mr. Speaker. It cannot be that a person is arrested in...
Senator Cherargei.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. On my own behalf and on behalf of the great people of Nandi, allow me to pass my deepest condolences for this tragic death. Mr. Speaker, as my colleagues have said, even during era of detention without trial, no one was killed in police cell. Mr. Speaker, as a professional guest of the state on many occasions, and I've had privileges for spending nights in number of almost 5 police stations in Nairobi, Mr. Speaker, it is very unfortunate. It is very sad, Mr. Speaker. The only place you should be safe is a police station. Mr. Speaker, heads must roll. I want to agree with my colleagues, Mr. Speaker, and you know on many occasions, I have raised that there is a problem with Ministry of Interior 1,000 times, Mr. Speaker. As we speak today, Mr. Speaker, Father Alois Cheruiyot Beth killers are not known. Father Maina killers are not known. Angata Baragoi, 6 people were buried without their killers being not known, Mr. Speaker. Angama Mara, even in Kerio Valley, Mr. Speaker. I request the following, Mr. Speaker. And I agree with colleagues that there are people who are intended to sabotaging President William Ruto government. And is led by the Minister of Interior, who should take and resign, Mr. Speaker, and take personal political responsibility on this matter, Mr. Speaker. I request also that the Parliament Committee, Mr. Speaker, is very incompetent. And you know that incompetence, if you transfer from roads to lives, we lose lives, Mr. Speaker. We have lost a young man, 31-year-old, who had just married, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, they must be held accountable, Mr. Speaker. I request that the Parliament, through the national security, does inquest into unexplained deaths in this republic, Mr. Speaker, or form a judicial inquiry into the allegation of extrajudicial killings even from the last session up to this session, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, it cannot be that as a Senate we are just sitting and allowing insecurity to thrive in this country. You go to Mombasa, Mr. Speaker, when you greet a boy woman, you think she's a woman, somebody has won a boy with a machete. You think she's a beautiful lady, he's a man with a machete. And there are criminal gangs ruling Mombasa as we talk to. You go to Nakuru, Mr. Speaker, the gangs are playground. You go to Kerio Valley, Mr. Speaker, and many other places, Mr. Speaker. I think it is a high time, and I want to appeal to the President, because he is a man who is very decisive. Heads must roll from the Minister of Interior, Inspector General of Police, and all his subordinates, including the OCS from Homa Bay, who gave out the link, Mr. Speaker, including Safaricom, who gives out the location of this suspect. Mr. Speaker, I remember when I want to be arrested, I left my phones in Kibos. The police went to look for me in Kibos, and I was in Eldoret, Mr. Speaker, sleeping.
Senator Oburu Odinga. Senator Oburu.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa Spika kunipa fursa hii na mimi pia niweze kuchangia. Mheshimiwa Spika, kwanza natoa risala za rambirambi kwa familia ya Albert kwa niaba yangu na watu wa Kwale County kwa kifo chake, kijana mdogo sana mwenye umri ambao takriban miaka 25 na kuendelea. Ni jambo la kusikitisha sana kwa sababu huyu kijana ambaye alikuwa akisomea huko Pwani University akamaliza. Baba yake alikuwa ni mtu wa kufanya kazi katika timbo za mawe kumsomesha mtoto wake, na akahitimu akapata kazi, na sasa amekuwa mwalimu huko. Lakini kisanga hichi kilipotokea, ulimwengu mzima na nchi nzima ya Kenya imehuzunika kuhusu kijana huyu, kifo chake. Yangu ni kusema tu uchunguzi ufanyike na haki ipatikane kwa familia yake, na wale waliohusika sheria ichukuliwe mkononi mwake. Asante sana Mheshimiwa Spika.
Senator Veronica.
Honorable Speaker, thank you for giving me this opportunity. And I want to also thank Senator Eddy for bringing this very important statement before the floor of this House. Honorable Speaker, I want to believe this is a dream. I have never imagined in my whole life, even as a trained advocate, that an accused person, accused of a misdemeanor, not a felony, not a category of an offense, which is so serious, and there would not be even a justification for any suspect charged with a serious offense to be killed within the precincts of a police station. I want to believe it's a dream that Albert was actually picked by persons who identified themselves as police officers, picked from his home, handed over to the hands of police officers by his parents, and the parents knew they are following him behind to help him and assist him secure a bond so that he can stand trial. And he's taken to a police station, Honorable Speaker, and after a few hours, Albert dies from head injuries, neck compression, multiple soft tissue trauma, and pathologist has ruled out self-inflicted injuries. I think it is very sad, and I must admit it must not happen to anybody within the Republic of Kenya. Honorable Speaker, the other day, Boniface Mwangi, the activist who went to Tanzania, together with his friends, people sometimes whom we don't even support, were tortured in Tanzania. And Kenyans were up in arms because of how the police in Tanzania behaved. How much more, Honorable Speaker, when Kenya is the lead in matters of democracy, in matters of expression, political expression, how much more responsibility must the police take to deal with suspects within the constitutional parameters that they are given in the Republic of Kenya? I just want to take one moment, because I have worked in a police reform program with the Laikipia University, where we were introducing human rights to the police, that any time an accused person is arrested, they have rights under the Constitution. The Bill of Rights defends them, and I want to condemn in the strongest terms possible the killing of Albert Ojwang within the precincts of a police cell. It's embarrassing, and whoever did it is actually sabotaging the government of the day. It is very wrong, Honorable Speaker. And action must be taken, exhaustive investigations carried out, and whoever is culpable must be held liable. Let IPOA now do its work. And we are looking out, Honorable Speaker, to see that IPOA for once can hold police officers, Honorable Speaker, responsible for in
Senator Beatrice Akinyi.
Honorable Speaker, a country that kills its young people is a country that kills its future. Honorable Speaker, just the last 1 week, I was here as a proud leader from Homa Bay County. And Honorable Speaker, I shared with this House our happiness from the celebration of Madaraka in Homa Bay County. But this morning, Honorable Speaker, I asked myself, was this the celebration we had in Homa Bay County on the 1st of June, Honorable Speaker? Is this the aftermath of what we've gotten from that celebration? Honorable Speaker, even all the developments we counted and I counted here is not equal to the life of one young man called Albert Omondi. Honorable Speaker, this morning, as I was having breakfast, just a brief breakfast with my son, I saw a young man shed tears over this death, Honorable Speaker. And my son preciously asked me, Mom, why do we as a country make 2 steps ahead and then we make 5 steps going back? Honorable Speaker, I want to ask the President that, Mr. President, who is this who is keen on tarnishing the image of this country? Are you not able to deal with that person? And Honorable Speaker, I've heard a number of politicians make statements since the death of Albert, and a number of them are sorting themselves across the board. I want to tell them, Mr. Speaker, sir, that over this, keep your sentiments away because a life has been lost. Honorable Speaker, I speak as a parent. Why are we on some of these seats, including any seat anybody has, if we cannot face such challenges? Honorable Speaker, let us allow our young people to grow. If you cannot fathom any challenge, Honorable Speaker, don't go for any seat. But the President must just address this, Honorable Speaker. I think it is by design that after the celebration of Madaraka in Homa Bay, somebody wants us to just shed some darkness in this country. Honorable Speaker, let us move forward. We have been told of a young man who could have committed suicide. This is the only country where we saw a...
Senator Karungo Tsangwa.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I'm equally sad, Mr. Speaker, as we discuss this issue of a lost soul. But one, Pastor Martin,